Let's see in action how infrastructure as code enables an automated CI/CD workflow. Infrastructure as code enables DevOps teams to automate the provisioning and management of their infrastructure, ensuring that the infrastructure for application deployment is consistent, repeatable, and reliable. By treating storage infrastructure as code, IT and DevOps teams can ensure that databases, file systems, and backups are consistently configured and ready for deployment. With a GitOps workflow where every change to the storage infrastructure is versioned means that updates are traceable and rollbacks can be performed with ease. If issues occur, developers, operations teams, and even security teams can work together on the infrastructure's code base, discuss changes, and ensure that only reviewed and approved alterations are applied to the infrastructure. In this video, we'll walk you through various aspects of a GitOps-driven workflow enabled by infrastructure as code, like version control, branching, and CI/CD automation. For the Git repository workflows, we'll use GitLab, and to configure and implement the CI/CD orchestration, we'll use the Jenkins platform. Here is the Jenkins configuration file to define the CI/CD steps for our project. The infrastructure provisioning as part of the deployment includes creating a virtual machine and provisioning file storage from PowerStore. In the Jenkins platform, let's first add a pipeline. Here, we need to specify the various aspects of how this pipeline needs to be executed. For the source code, we'll select the GitLab project that has our code. We also link the pipeline to the code repository to automatically start a new pipeline job whenever new code gets merged into the main branch of the repo. Now let's look at the infrastructure source code for the project. Right now, the code repository only has the Jenkins configuration file. Following GitOps best practice, we create a new branch to include Ansible scripts that need to run as part of the Jenkins configuration file. Here we are copying the different Ansible YAML scripts to the project. Then, using Git commands, we check in the new code. In GitLab, we can review this new branch and the Ansible automation scripts. Before we run the CI/CD pipeline, we can see that there is no VM and no corresponding PowerStore file system. Now let us merge this new branch to main. Which triggers a new pipeline job in Jenkins through the webhook. In this pipeline job, you can see that the Ansible scripts are run to create a VM and create an NFS share from Dell PowerStore that is mapped to the VM. We can SSH to the VM and see that the NFS share is accessible. Now that we have the project set up for automated CI/CD pipeline, let's see how we can make changes to the infrastructure setup in this workflow. Let's increase the NFS share capacity in the vars file used by Ansible scripts to 16 GB. Check in this branch and merge it to main. The merge job triggers a new build, and you can see that the capacity change is reflected in the application environment. To summarize, in this video, we saw how you can follow GitOps workflow to easily integrate Dell storage infrastructure into your CI/CD pipeline. You can find various Ansible collections for Dell infrastructure on GitHub and detailed technical resources on info.hub.delltechnologies.com. Thank you for watching this video.